Hello and welcome. My name is Wyringer, and today I will be showing you how to build Pokemon decks for the Pokemon trading card game. Yay! And by that I mean making hundreds of mistakes while doing one of my first YouTube videos in a very, very long time. Let's go with a standard deck. Today I will build something. Let's see what we're going to build. Let us build... what shall we build? Let's build something that I haven't done before. Or something I'm familiar with. Let's go with a nice lycanrock deck. So first off, make a deck. You will definitely need to choose what type of Pokemon we're going to do. We are going to build lycanrock. So I'm going to look for some Rockruff. There we go. We have a lot of Rockruff. A lot of Rockruff. Let's go. The original promo version. A lot of people like this version with corner because of the first attack, but I prefer just to do straight damage. Sometimes I've actually been able to get away with causing a lot of havoc. Next, we will look for our evolution Pokemon. Go with the Lycanrocks. Going to do a 3-1 split of Midnight, which has the Bloodthirsty Eyes ability, and Lycanroc Midday form, which has a really good crunch attack, which just destroys energy. Next, we're going to go for some support Pokemon. The most popular support Pokemon there is right now is Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele has the Wonder Tag ability. Basically, when you play it from your hand, which means you can't use Level Ball, you will be able to search out a supporter. We're going to run 2 of those. Next, we are going to, for Pokemon, get out Eevee. The way we're going to play this deck is we're going to run 2 of the Ancient Origin Eevees. And we're going to also have the one of each of the Ancient Origin evolutions. Their ability is basically when they evolve, all stage 1 Pokemon, which, Lycanroc, are stage 1s, will become electric, fire, and water. So we have this down. this is a good amount of Pokemon. Some people play with less, some people play with more. So next, you're going to go with supporters. Few very must-have supporters are some of the Professor cards. There's Professor Kukui, Professor Sycamore. For bona fide professors. Professor Kukui allows you to draw 2 cards and will do 20 more damage when your Pokemon attacks. That's good for numbers. Professor Sycamore, just accidentally erased him. You discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Very powerful, very aggressive. Next, what I like to do compared to other people is I like to do a split of a few things. I also like to run some nest balls. Because sometimes you just want to bench Pokemon and you don't want to discard stuff. I run, compared to others, a 1-2 split of N and Shauna. I do this for a very particular reason. At the very beginning of the game, I'm willing to forego 1 extra card in order to not give my opponent a shuffle advantage if they don't have anything good in their hand. So that's very important. Next, I'm going to do Ultra Balls. They are just one of the more reliable cards to pull Pokemon. Ultra Ball is discard 2 cards from your hand and search for any Pokemon and put it in your hand. Very powerful. Also, for my supporter lineup, we are going to go for Lysander. Lysander is really powerful. Basically, his supporter ability is switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with one of his active Pokemon. Now, if we go back and we look, Bloodthirsty Eyes is basically the same thing. So we have it in 2 different ways. We have both Lycanrock and Lysander for that. Next, we are going to add, for our supporter lineup, we are going to add 1 Olympia for an extra switch. Switching is good. And let's see if there's any. Oh yeah, Bridget. Bridget is a very powerful one-off tech. Even though we have a lot of Ultra Balls and Nest Balls, we still want to run 1 Bridget. And the theory behind Bridget is you get your Tapu Lele out turn 1 and you Bridget. You get to basically fill up your bench with everything you need. Another one of, just for late game, which is good, is Hala. Because he gives you the ability to shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4 unless you used your GX attack, which you'll get to draw 7. Lily is also a good one-of supporter, because if you have a really good starting hand and you don't need to use Bridget, you can just draw a lot of cards turn 1, and sometimes they'll be more effective than just killing off your whole hand. Next, we're going to go for some more items. Most powerful item, but it's going to be rotating pretty soon after this, is Versus Seeker. Versus Seeker just allows you to reuse a supporter that you have. we are going to be running some special energy. So we are going to be running special charge. Going to be running 2 of them. Because in the past, it's been very effective just to have a boat ton of special energy. Actually, I'm probably just gonna say, because we're probably gonna bridge it turn 1 most likely. Just gonna go with 4 Ultra Ball, which is the standard, and bridge it. Now, let's see what else we're going to use. Yes. So next we're going to be looking for the Stadium Silent Lab. This is a really good stadium that turns off basic Pokemon's abilities. Now, Tapu Lele is the only basic Pokemon we're going to be using, and we're not going to be using that much of it. Hopefully we get the turn 1 Bridget, but everything else that has an ability that we're going to be using is a stage 2. So you can see how that works. So we have Silent Lab. I think for good measure, going to add 1 more Lysander. Let's see. We have Hala, Shana. And the way I'm building my deck is I'm kind of right now halfway building for the new rotation, where Versus Seeker and whatnot is not something I want to put a crutch on myself right now. I do want to go for a decent and consistent deck. So I want the maximum amount of damage I can do, which actually reminds me of something else. Choice Band. That was the one thing I was forgetting. Tool cards are very important. Choice Band will do 30 more damage to EX and GX Pokemon. So next is Energy. So we will be doing 4, 4, 4, and 4 for energy. Going to be doing 4 fighting, 4 strong, and 4 double colorless energy. And just to piss off the game stacks, all different types of energy. One thing I am still going to mod though, forgot one thing, we want to be able to recover some of our Pokemon, and this is live deck making, so this is kind of fun. You'll get to see all the mishaps and whatnot. Super Rod. Super Rod allows you to toss in 3 of any combination of Pokemon and energy. There is also a supporter, Brock's Grit, that allows you to do any combination of 6, but we don't need that. just because we will actually do 2 super rods. Now the reason why I'm opting to do super rods instead of that, or a card called Rescue Stretcher, is mainly just choice and bias, but I think this will work. Let's go with Pikachu because everyone likes Pikachu. Sleeves. We'll go with Pikachu because everyone likes Pikachu. Lycanrock with terrible misspellings, but who cares? And Rayquaza a coin. We're going to save. And now we're going to test it out. And hopefully not lose my winning streak of 7. Because that would be hilarious. But I will not change, I will not cut, I will not edit anything in this. There we go. Let us play. This person has the advantage, but you know what? Who knows? I won the coin flip, and it's good to go first because you can set up. You can't attack if you go first, but you know what? Going first is cool. We have Simeon Mew. There's not too much we can do the starting turn. Now the one cool thing is that Simeon Mew requires a lot of skill to draw into double colorless energy because that's what it mainly uses. Okay, so this will be kind of easy. Because of how things are going. It's also good to look through the deck to see what there is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go for Tapu Lele. We're going to search for a supporter card. We are going to go for the ever impressive Professor Sycamore, because we can definitely live without a Kukui. And some Eevee, some Choice Band. Put Choice Band on here. We'll put a Choice Band on here just cause. And we'll end our turn. Next turn, we're going to stick energy onto Rockruff. The only reason why I didn't start to power this top Rockruff up first is if they're able to do a lot of damage really quick, it's just going to suck. But now we can do things. Not things that I want to do, unfortunately. So now here's a very interesting split of choices. My opponent has 6 cards, their hand is obviously dead at the moment. Do I play the Lily for 3, do I play the Hollow for a hand refresh, or do I give them a decent hand? I'm actually going to opt to play the Hollow. And holla holla, we got rewarded. No, I'm not going to bother with that. Going to retreat, we're going to bring him up there. And we're going to wait, because we did decide to junk our last escape rope. But now we are attacking and we're doing damage. And basically I'm saving the escape rope, the super rod. Though we have 2 of these, we already lost one of our super rods and we just don't want to do that right now. And my opponent is waiting. He's contemplating what he can do. And this is kind of the reason why I like not having all ends. Because my opponent doesn't have every option in the world. Well, now he has a teammate, so that gives him a little bit of an option for things. But because he wasn't able to get the best start, it's been more beneficial for me. And now GX and EX Pokemon, when they're knocked out, my opponent gets to take 2 prizes, but my opponent's using all non-GX, non-EX Pokemon. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. He hasn't done a lot of damage. It's probably not going to do that much damage. So we're going to wait to use our Lycanrock just to see what they do next. And we're just taking prizes. We haven't pulled that much energy at the moment, but we now have this. And we can start powering up either my midday Lycanrock or a different Lycanrock. What this person is probably going to do is he's probably going to opt for a Mew and maybe a Choice Band. Because that will probably knock me out. No guarantees, of course. Unless he doesn't run Choice Band. It's going to be Mew. It's going to be Choice Band. It's going to knock me out. Tapu Lele. Now we're going to start recovering cards. First things first, we recover that because that's important. Next thing, I'm going to recover these because we want to get our resources back. Next, we're going to attempt to stall. This will reduce the damage of the team play attacks. This will also negate Mew, because this negates the ability of basic Pokemon. The abilities use abilities Memory of Dawn. They can use use the attacks of basic Pokemon. Hopefully we pick up some energy. We do. And they're stuck. Okay, so this is good for us. Because right now they have a DCE double colors energy. Their stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little aggressive. We're gonna go for Sycamore. Because we still have one more. Well, we have. Okay, this is good. So next turn we're going to be able to switch out with Olympia if they don't kill us, and then we're going to be able to start wreaking havoc on them. Because we have the energy, because we have an ability to switch. Going to Ultra Ball. Discard a Lysander and Octillery. They're going for a Tapu Lele set for some reason. Going for an N. It's kind of annoying. So we actually had a decent hand. Oh, good. So we're actually in a good position. We'll be able to retreat our Eevee, because Jolteon has free retreat. It's always good to have something that has free retreat. We'll then be able to Ultra Ball for another lycanrock. Puzzle of Time. Are they double puzzling? Puzzle of Time gives you 2 abilities. Right now they're just doing a single puzzle. 2 Puzzle of Times give you the ability to pull 2 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. Now, we're not going to opt for the effect, but we got the cards that we needed. We're now going to retreat. And we're going to Claw Slash. We got another double colorless energy, and we have some energy right now, so that's good. What we actually want to do right now is we want to make this Mew as useless as possible. So if we have the opportunity to swap them out again, we're going to. Or they're just going to do it themselves. Because they want to save the double colorless, which is good. Okay. Need for a little bit of damage, the 70. But that's cool, because we're working on building another lycanrock, and we're just streamlining the have. Now apparently they don't play any field blowers, nor do we. We should have put some field blowers in the deck. But this is kind of just... this is building a basic deck. And this will be interesting, because they might try to use their Tapu Lele as an attacker. Which would hurt me a little. But I have ways around Ion Defeat. Plus, they only have 2 hit points left. I only have 2 prizes left. They have 4 prizes left. Now, actually, if I can pull another Lycanrock, I can end the game. I believe I've just ended the game. Yep. Sure, we'll do a Tapu Lele. Because we have Lycanrock prized. We have one of my Lycanrocks prized, that's why. That's cool. It's not going to be the most annoying thing. But we're going to just opt for Lily, because we still could use the Tapu Lele if things go bad. And Claw Slash. Now we have 1 prize left. Can't believe we still missed a Lycanrock, but that happens. And now they're going to try to stall for a turn with Tapu Lele. And we will see what happens. No, they're not going to stall for Tapu Lele. They're just going to put the Mew out there. They might be trying to grab a field blower and try to get like an extra prize or 2 before the end. Nope. Choice band. Cool. Double colorless. Let's see how much damage this does. Energy drive for 130. That's cool. But unfortunately, they die. We're just kind of gonna add a little insult to injury. And for our final attack, we'll do Dangerous Rogue and win the game. My reward is 50 coins. Cool. So that is my Pokemon TCG Battle of the Day. Showed you guys some basic deck building. There's going to be more in-depth deck building later. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. And goodbye.